You haven't opened them on the phone on my page. Good evening, America. It is I, Jason the Lion. It's Thursday night. I mean, it's time for another episode of the Booker Man Book Study, and we are doing none other than the Way of the Superior Man. And I want to send a shout out and a big call out to Dr. Knight for all my anime lovers, for the Dragon Ball Z, for the One Punch Man, for the Attack on Titan, for all of those, for old school Akira, Vampire Hunter D. We going way back. All my anime lovers, we bringing it back. Welcome to the Booker Man. It is I, J. Sims the Lion, and we are here. What's going on, big brother?
Man, you ain't had to go all the way over there.
Yeah, we can take it back to the originals.
Yeah, man. Look, I was surprised. There's a lot of people that's into that anime. But before we do that, because you know what? Let me just give honor where honor is due.
Now give me my theme music.
We all know who that is.
Yeah. OG in the house.
OG in the house. But yeah, man, that anime, I put a poll up. You know, it's a few people that's interested in it. Even got my boy, my son. I might get him online if we start doing this thing. So I'm gonna have to pick a day of the week and we just gonna jump in it. If I get my boy on here and some of his friends, we got some other young men in there. We doing it up. So
hey, we need them. We need the young fellas, man. It ain't gonna do us no good to talk to each other. We gotta talk to the younger men. We gotta bring them along.
That's right. That is right.
You know, we gotta talk about anime for a minute to get them listening to some reason. That's a deal. Because I don't mind the conversation.
We all with it, man. We all with it. So, quick housekeeping before we get started. Number one, if you want to interact with us, you can do that in two different ways. First way, you can drop some comments just like all of our friends are doing now. Akil Nasir, love you, man. I'm glad you're here. OG in the house. We got a couple other people watching. Jamel is in the house. Man, thank y'all. So drop a comment just like them. Second way, there's a link at the bottom of the description. If you want to come on with us and talk, Click that link. I'll see you in the green room. Keep your camera on so I can know who you are. I can throw you up. Once you get up here, you can turn your camera off. You can just talk however you want to do it. We with it. Saturdays at 11-ish. depending on how long hair and makeup take, we will be here. And in the group, I put up some homework. Y'all can watch that interview with Michael Beasley, and we can kind of get in and talk about that a little bit. So can't wait. Other than that, let's go.
Real quick. Listen, we working on a lot of stuff over here at the Book of Man, Doc. He working on putting that little anime, superhero, Marvel, Nerd Central program together. When it come out, I'll be a watcher. I don't know if I'm gonna jump in or not, but I'm into all of that kind of stuff too. So y'all definitely check that out. I'm working on putting together a little sports and entertainment type program. Look for that. That's gonna come out. It's gonna be probably a Wednesday night type thing. I got a couple ideas I'm playing with. It's gonna start off. We're gonna do 30 minutes, then we might stretch it to an hour if need be. Also, we appreciate everybody joining us. I see everybody on. Man, let's get into it, Doc.
Oh, all right, man. Let's go. Now, see this. Oh, hold on now. Sports, I'm with it. See, there you go.
Yeah.
So, and you know that's our favorite guest.
There it is.
He is there. Man, they ready. Hold on. Boy, OG gonna be in all both.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So, yeah, we're gonna have to do that in the next few weeks. Go ahead and get it running and have a place we can sit and talk. So,
yeah.
Anyways, man, look, this week is leading up. If we don't get to this chapter, it's one of the most important chapters that you are going to encounter. This is the life-changing stuff right here.
Oh, yeah.
Building up to that life-changing stuff. So
I love these 3 chapters. I love how they kind of fall in together, and how he built his book out so nice. So I just it's a well-written book. The guy, he did his thing, Mr. David, and I love where we're going with this one right here.
All right, chapter 10.
I'm gonna let you take this one, Doc. I already know this your one. Go ahead, man. I'm gonna sit back. This your one. Right, I know this your one.
Well, shoot, this one and the last one. Enjoy your friend's criticism.
Mm-hmm. Hit him with the verse, Doc. Go ahead, hit him with the verse.
Enjoy your friend's criticism. Let's look at this. A man's capacity to receive another man's direct criticism is a measure of his capacity to receive masculine energy. And if he doesn't have a good relationship to masculine energy, then he will act like a woman and be hurt or defensive rather than make use of the criticism. Whew, that's a hot one.
Listen, this speaks directly to a lot of us in the Black and the African American community, in that while we have a lot of trouble making that leap from boyhood to manhood.
Mm-hmm.
Because for a lot of us, not all of us, for a lot of us, there's a lack of a male presence growing up. So our interaction with men is only a partial engagement with masculine energy, rather than a full engagement the way it should be by when you experience having a father in the home.
Yeah, it's important that we interact with other men. I tell anybody this, that if you're having trouble in your life, you have to, it's imperative that you find another man that you trust and tell him everything.
I really, really believe that we have an issue amongst ourselves where we don't talk and speak with each other openly and frankly enough. Because of this exact thing. We don't enjoy the criticism. And we can go directly into what he's talking about in this chapter, because we've all had this conversation.
We had it last week.
Yeah.
I did it on purpose. I opened up and let y'all into what I'll be thinking. Yeah. And the criticism came on the air. It did. Matter of fact, I got it Thursday, and then that following Saturday, we did it again.
Yeah. And you have to. You have to be open to listen to where you are. That what he was saying earlier about finding your edge.
Yeah.
You have to be, when you get there, you have to listen to people say, hey, that ain't it. You can push your edge a little further,
Mm-hmm.
or you know what? Either go ahead, either do it or get out the way.
Yeah. And that's the truth. All right, here you go. Hold on. Give him an intro. Hold on. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Welcome to the show. It is none other
Oh my
than
God.
Julio, Akil Nazar, Julio ATL. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Bald and beautiful. All of that in the building. In the building. None other joining us tonight. What's going on, big brother?
Hey, first of all, they ain't gonna never believe that I had like straight hair and probably
Nope.
more hair than both of y'all when we were in school. They ain't even gonna believe that. They ain't gonna believe that.
Put the pictures up,
Definitely.
Julio. Let them see them goals, high school pictures, man. They know what it is. Let them see the pics.
Like, the parents' pictures from the 60s and 70s, like, damn, that was awful.
Listen,
Yeah.
I don't know what cameras we had, but every picture foggy as hell. That's all I know. Every picture I see from back then just foggy. We just had the worst cameras ever.
Oh my God, bro! Like if we on 5G, they must have been on like 5B.
What, 5B?
The hell was they?
The boys had 1 pixel.
There you go. They sure did, man. So what's your thoughts on this, man?
Friends criticism.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tough one. I think we all need to, and I have not read anything because I know this is the book study night, so it's not like it's reference to that. It's just my opinions on the topic of criticism.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all, should be able to accept criticism, regardless of how it's said, whether it's loud, boisterous, curse words involved, or calm and thing. Take the criticism and then look at the situation they talking about. Apply it. Look at what you're doing wrong. Take the feelings out of it. Take what they're saying and be able to apply it and move forward. Because some of it, even though it may not come the way you want to hear it, it may be exactly what you need as far as to move along the process. Take out what I'm saying. I'm sorry. Take out how I'm saying it and look at what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what? I think both matter. I think how I say it matters because sometimes a person needs to know you mean what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes you need to say it in a way, listen, I know we laugh and we joke and we have a good time all the time, but bruh, you messing up right here.
Now, I got that, but what I'm saying is more like my first real introduction into somebody could really criticize me and what I loved was when I first got in the radio.
Okay.
One of my first, well, actually both of my first 2 bosses, because I worked simultaneously for two stations, they were uncut and raw because that's the way media is. Them people are uncut and raw behind the scenes.
They don't have time.
They don't. It's like
y'all got
it moving, bro. Like we need to go, and I had to learn. Stop worrying about that they mad and yelling. Worried about the fact that they telling you was late and you need to fix being late and be there early. That type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what I mean. I'm not saying don't yell at somebody. What I'm saying is like take out the person yelling at you, listen to what they're yelling about, and fix that problem.
Right. And you absolutely correct, brother.
The big thing about this chapter, though, he says, enjoy your friends' criticism. And he also tells us how to choose those men.
Yep.
He said, choose men friends who themselves are living at their edge, which we talked about that before. Somebody that's doing something with themselves, facing their fears and living just beyond them. Find that kind of man. And then he says, you must be willing to offer them your brutal honesty in the same way if you all are to grow. So they have to be honest with you, offering concrete action, and you have to be willing to do the same thing to them. And it got to be somebody who doing something with themselves. That's the main thing I'm seeing. Go for it.
I find that to be the hardest thing, to be able to give people honest criticism, because I'm so scared that it's going to wreck the relationship that I try to a lot of people that I really be giving honest criticism of where my point of view is. And it's not concrete. It's just how I see it. You may have a different reason why you're doing it that way, that would make sense for why you're doing it. I just don't see it from my side of the coin.
Well, that's why he says make sure those friends are men also living at the edge. Because even if they may bring a different perspective, that doesn't mean it's wrong or anything. But if they are living at their edge and they're pushing themselves, they're at least going to be able to give you information that's going to also push you or also warn you or whatever it is you kind of doing. If they too are living at the edge, even if you may be going, rhino vision, looking right at what you're doing and doing it a certain way. And the man might say, if you make a little left right here and go around this instead of trying to go through it, you'll get it done.
And that's true, man. I mean, but I guess what this whole thing is about, I like what he said, enjoy the criticism.
Yeah. Basically, that's what Julio said. Don't take it to heart how it comes. Mm-hmm. Enjoy the advancement and the knowledge being given.
But the biggest thing, and I want to circle back to this, is he says, sit down with your closest men friends and discuss what you are doing in your life. And here's the second part, and what you are afraid of doing. That's where the value is right there. We don't want to talk about what we're afraid of. We don't want to talk about what we don't want to do, but we'll always say, yeah, man, I'm working this job, I'm stacking my money, I'm doing this and that. But you ain't talking about the other part, how you're afraid to put yourself out there, how you're afraid to start your own thing. And men that love you, and iron sharpens iron, as a man sharpens the countenance of his friend. Those two things go together. You will get sharpened, but you got to bring the knife to the whetstone first. And we refuse to do that. We refuse to do it.
Doc, I don't know if you'll be a preacher in 30 years at some church, but you are definitely a preacher, bro.
I've been one since 2014.
What? Like, that's common sense to hear it. Like, I'm listening, I'm hearing that shit was dope.
And it's absolutely correct. I think, like someone says, it's hard to make male friends after a certain age. Someone posted that up in the comments. Yes, because you develop your system of standards and your system of accountability. And when you get to the older you get and the more you get into that set of things, you're not gonna have bullshit ass people around you. So yeah, it gets harder to find friends as you get older and you get your standard set of accountability. But it's better to have one or two solid friends than to have 10, 15 weak jokers around you.
That's right. I mean, and again, I'm going to draw your attention back to this. I did it. I did it on purpose. I told y'all. What? Look at this. Hold on. I need to start reading the comments. Start reading the comments. All right. She said, Doctor tricked us heathens into a church service. But here's the thing. I'm gonna tell y'all a couple things, man, and how this criticism right here helped me recently. Two things. One, I told y'all on the show last week about my reluctance to use my title. Mm-hmm. I got a bunch of letters after my last name, a whole bunch of them, but y'all never see them because I don't.
You heard
Jason the Lion. Oh, he told me up. He told me up and down on that one, about how I need to do it. Also, Damien, and he called me and did the same thing. So I got two brothers that ripped me up and down saying I need to do this.
You need it. Oh, yeah. You ain't even got to want to. You need to do it. We need to see it.
Bro,
I took it in.
Bro, for a regular bachelor's degree, I know what it takes to get through. I know kind of what it takes for a master's. For a doctorate, come on, bro. Like, you got to quit playing with yourself. Look. Like, that you don't know who you affect. Like, don't play with me. You don't know what it affects to see when a black person, another little black boy says they can say that's Dr. So-and-so. Come on, bro. Quit playing.
Because you see how I held up this number?
Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah, this how many papers I got on the wall. This many. But see, look, right there. Let's start using them. So, but I'm gonna share the other thing. She said, "Don't feed into it." But I'm gonna share the other thing I did because of a friend's criticism. And I'm gonna call him out. Damien called me like, "Man, look, y'all show is good. Y'all saying some stuff that's helpful. You need to put yourself out there. Y'all need to get out there and get on some of these other shows." And I'm like, "No, I ain't gonna do that."
Nah,
But
y'all do. I'm telling you, from somebody that works in media, you need to find like-minded shows that work. There are like-minded shows.
Yeah.
You got to find them. It works. You do
exactly.
because you need some of that audience. They need some of your audience. You need some of theirs. I'm telling you.
So what I did, I was on Lapeef Network last week. I got on there with Mr. Lee, and I didn't want to do it because, you know, that's against me. But my criticism said, yeah, you need to do this. So I jumped on there, and me and him talked it up for about 20 minutes. Had a slew of people in there watching.
There you go.
So, I mean, but that's how the constructive criticism that I took in, you know, made an effect in my life in the past week. Because I could have been like, man, no, you don't know what you're talking about, man. I ain't doing that. You hating. Haters. Anybody I see talking about a hater all the time, something ain't right. Every time you talking about haters, something ain't right. You paying attention to the wrong thing.
You definitely paying attention to the wrong thing. You are definitely paying attention to the wrong thing. If you talk about haters all the time, because you all want.
If you talking about haters all the time and real talk, you ain't really got M's in your bank account. Please miss me with that BS. Come on, bro. Like, quit playing. Come on, like, really. Come on.
We really don't. We don't mess with you like that if you don't really got the money. We're not gonna get into that. But
Nah,
go ahead, man.
but come on, bro.
But the whole thing I want to get to though, and what I want people to learn and take in. Find you a set of men. That's why we made this whole group was for this. Find you somebody that you can talk to and say, look, this what I'm working on. This what I'm thinking about. I want to do this, but I'm scared. And we're not going to let you fail. We're not going to let you sit still. We're not going to let you just sit there and be a nobody. We don't do that over here. And we're going to help you, but you can't be afraid to say, I'm scared of this.
It takes a level of trust between two men to have that kind of relationship. And I think we have to be intentional about building that trust amongst ourselves as men.
Mm-hmm. That's how my life changed. You know, probably about 5 years ago, before me and Lion had talked. I got one of my other brothers on here. I'm gonna call him a brother. He watching right now. T-Man Patterson, total opposite of me, tall, lanky, white dude, arm full of tattoos. But that's my brother right there. Because I sat and I said, hey man, this is what's happening. And then he told me the same thing. We both grew together. That makes the difference. And that's what made me start putting myself out there. And me and Lion talked. And then now we here.
Yep.
So
definitely what happened. And I needed that talk. Bro. Now, when I tell you I needed that talk that day, Doc, but you came through for me. I was not. I was in a bad way at that point, man. And that's what it takes. You just need somebody to open up to, and we just got to be real with one another. We got to tell each other the truth. When we're doing well, congratulate. When we're doing the wrong thing, try to help each other get back on track. When we're thinking about doing some dirt, and we all know we all think about it from time to time.
Don't do it.
We're willing to say, hey man, leave it alone. You don't work hard to get to this or that and let it go. You know, but that's how it is.
So the example he used here. Now I don't condone adultery, but I'm gonna go ahead and read what he say.
Read it clearly for him, Doc. Read it clearly for him.
He said, two friends talking. He said, I want to have an affair with Denise, but I don't want to hurt my wife. I'm afraid of her finding out. Hold on now. So the friends say, you've been talking about Denise for 6 months. You wasting your energy on that fantasy. Either get with her by tomorrow or drop it and don't talk about it no more. That's what the friend do.
But listen, the part that's important to that is he's been talking about her for 6 months. That means I already told you don't do it. And you still talking about it. You know what? Either do it or shut up at this point.
I mean, well, flip it. Let's say somebody want to start a business because everybody talking about businesses. And every day they tell you, oh man, I'm gonna start this business. But you ain't filed one LLC yet. So you tell them, look, get that $150, go on down there and file that LLC or go and do something else.
Yep.
And that's what he's talking about.
The same thing. Either stop playing with it. Either go do it, or either go do that thing you talking about doing. Oh man, let's go play this. Let's play some 2K, or go watch the game, or go have a drink or something. Because ain't nobody want to keep hearing about that same nonsense you ain't gonna do.
All right. So, real talk. We all men.
Yeah.
First of all, no man should be on here talking about cheating on their woman because real talk, we handle it way worse than they do. They handle a lot of shit that we don't with a lot of grace and a whole lot like that's real talk. I told my wife, if we ever fucking break it, she don't believe me. You know, because of the bravado and shit that comes along with me. But I told her, I said, bro, if we ever and you leave me, I'm gonna be in that room curled up in a ball for like 3 weeks. She don't believe
That's
me. Like,
right.
I'm really motherfucking starving because I'm be in that ball for 3 weeks. Just
Yeah.
playing motherfucking Anita Baker, Boys the Men. Hey, it's gonna be a wrap, bro.
Hey.
Like my heart be hurt. So you like, bro, you talking about it take you 6 months to figure out whether you gonna cheat on your wife and still ain't done it. Like, first of all, you shouldn't be doing that at all. I'm be real talk. You couldn't even handle it. If it take you 6 months to do it, you could handle it in reverse. You couldn't take long bone.
See,
So
I feel you.
That's why I say the 6 months is important. Because somebody talking to me the same thing for 6 months. Hey, bro, either you gonna do it or let it go, man. If you ain't gonna do it, leave that woman alone. I don't want to hear what man. Go get your wife some flowers and take her on a date and leave and quit talking about that nonsense.
There you go. But either it make him do something. He didn't tell him what to do, but he said you better do something. Put up or get off the pot. But check this out. This is the thing. This is what a real friend is.
You want the advice, you're gonna have to take it.
Yep.
Oh, it cut out.
You want the advice, you're gonna take it. Oh, hold on.
Want the advice,
let's do it again.
You're gonna have to take it.
Oh, no, that's a short one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the better attitude you're looking for.
Call me, and I'm gonna tell you to come visit me.
Yep.
And I get you back on course. I'm gonna kick you straight in your ass and tell you to go to bed and wake up with a better attitude.
Now that's Mr. Larry.
Yeah.
Mr. Larry.
Mr. Larry, keep it real for you.
But let's go back and check out some of these comments, then we can move on. See, you said this. Problem is hard to make male friends after a certain age. Maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna turn into Clint Eastwood off Gran Torino. Get off my lawn. That's me. I'm there already. I'm like nothing. All right, here we go. But a wise man communicates to be understood, not just yell.
That's true. That's true.
OG. Criticism can be used as a fuel if you know how, and that's why we here.
Yep, absolutely.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's it.
Hey,
what
bro,
else we got?
90% of the stuff that I do when it comes to like, if there's some type of competition that you could throw in, I use telling me no. Okay, I'm gonna shit on you, do it, and then I'm gonna post it. Hopefully, you see it. Like, that's me.
You want them to know.
Yeah, because you told me I couldn't do it. Okay, I can't do it, and I want to do it. It's a wrap. I'm gonna figure out how to do it.
See, that's some triggers. Remember, I told y'all about Back to the Future. And Marty McFly, you call him a chicken, it just mess up everything. That's you. That's you. I don't know. Somebody called me stupid to treat me like I'm stupid. That's mine.
What's the next chapter, Doc? Let's close this up and get to the next one.
All right. Well, any closing thoughts on that one? Closing thoughts.
Criticism is just as valuable as praise.
Exactly. Yeah. Just use it for your benefit. Take out what it is. If it can apply it. If not, let it fly and keep it moving.
Find you somebody you can trust and talk to them. Somebody you just talk to them. Hey, y'all can call me. Call me. I got you. You can trust me.
You can call. Might not like hear what I got to say, but it'll be truthful.
No, but that's what we need. Matter of
That's what
fact,
we
you
need,
get your
truth.
circle of more than one.
Yep.
All right. Oh man, now we getting into
Yes,
the
sir.
real stuff.
This the one.
I got half a book written about this. Only half. Well, actually 3/4, but we're gonna do this. All right. If you don't know your purpose, discover it now. Y'all need to pay attention to this chapter. If you want the PDF of the book so you can read it, message me and let me know. You need to pay attention to this. Don't tune off. You be here for this.
Yeah. This it.
You do this one. Whew, all right. Here it is. Without a conscious life purpose, a man is totally lost, drifting, adapting to events rather than creating events. We supposed to create things.
Yes. Be proactive instead of reactive.
And your purpose help you do that.
Yeah.
Now, I like what he say here, because if y'all see my notes from this, is highlighted death. The core of your life is your purpose. Everything in your life, from your diet to your career, must be aligned with your purpose if you are to act in coherence and integrity of the world, with the world. I always talk about alignment.
Mm-hmm.
Things should be aligned. That's why you got to find your purpose and you align that. So here's an example. I use business because I know a lot about that. If somebody start a business and they run in a restaurant selling hot wings, the next business should be aligned with what they're already doing. Don't turn around and say you want to start a car lot and you selling hot wings over here. That's how life is. Right. So when we discover our purpose, because every man got a purpose, and I don't know where everybody is religiously, but I'm going to say this. We was created with a purpose. When God made Adam in the beginning, his purpose was to care for that God. He made him specifically for that thing.
Right.
You got made specifically for a thing. And that's what you have dominion over. And when I say dominion, I don't mean ruling over something to destroy it or ruling with an iron fist, but dominion in the terms of having responsibility to take care of it.
Yep.
You have dominion over your purpose, but you must find what it is.
Absolutely. And he goes further into this chapter. And honestly, the first time I read this, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I glazed over this chapter. I wasn't listening intently when I was listening to it, but I heard like new information in this in this chapter that I didn't hear the first time. In the part where he's talking about just because if you're doing something and you feel like it's run its course.
Oh yeah,
that point is a very serious point of evaluation. And again, where you should go to your friends and the men you trust and really try to figure out, are you just burnt out right now, or is this really the end of that particular road? And I'm saying all that to say there's a lot of things in our life that we have to take it for what it is or what it was and learn how to move on to the next purpose or goal in our life instead of continuing to waste time doing what we've been doing.
But here's the issue. Too many of us don't know what our purpose is.
Correct.
And what we do is chase money. That's why you always hear I say that money is a measurement, not a goal. Right. Because if money is your goal, then your purpose doesn't exist. Because all you're trying to do is run the number up. And what happens when you do that, you get to a point to where nothing matters anymore. You are empty at that point. There's millionaires out there that are just doing whatever. I mean, yeah, they got $1 million and make life easier. I'm with that. But not having purpose, that's the walking dead. You a zombie at that point. And we need more men that are on their purpose, finding their purpose, and with their purpose to make the world better. You are no service to your family if you're not working your purpose. You're not. That's why you come home tired from work every day. That's why that happened. That's why life draining you, because all you're doing is just floating through life, waiting for it to happen to you. When you have purpose, you happen to life. Your ship has a rudder and it can steer.
Doc, does he give us any insight into how to find our purpose here?
Actually, that goes down further, not in this chapter,
Right.
but it's getting us prepared for it.
Right.
Now, I have a formula for that. It's your personal formula. Everybody has a personal formula. That's a thing that worked for them. A specific set of actions, thoughts, and ideas that's geared especially for you. So what you have to do, you have to find out what your core is. And remember, we talked about that whole foundational thing?
Yeah.
You know, having a strong, what is good? That was that show on Saturday.
Yep. What is good? We've been dabbing in this realm for a while. What is good? Having a mission in life, having, being focused, be intentional, be present in the world. All of these things are part of finding your purpose. And then once you find your purpose, how to execute. That's
right. I think it's too involved to get. I'm going to have to do a whole show on that. Finding your purpose, because it's finding your personal mission and finding your vision.
Yes.
Mission is what you're doing now. Vision is what you're going to do. Right. And all right, I'm going to hip y'all into this. So watch this. This is how you find your personal formula. You close your eyes. Imagine yourself way in the future as an old man, and you're giving a speech about how you were successful, what happened, what you did, what things that you overcome. Listen closely to what you're telling yourself and write it down. That's your plan. You just told yourself how to get to where you want to be.
Listen.
That's a part of your purpose.
For me, one of the things, that helped me, and I'm getting closer and closer, I believe I definitely found my mission. Okay. Is that first thing I think about when I wake up in the morning, and that last thing I think about before I go to bed, and I can't get it out. I'm always thinking about how I can do it better, different, more complete, the things I need, the tools I need to be better at it. That's your purpose. That thing you're thinking about all the time, that thing that keep nagging you keep wanting to get into and keep wanting to do better, that's the thing you need to concentrate on. We know you go to work for 10 hours a day, and we know you in there. We know you get it in, and we know you make money and pay bills. Cool. But you don't really care about that thing like that. You don't really love it like that. That was
just making money, living.
That was a way to make money and feed your family, which we all have done. We've all done it. I'm still doing it, but I'm trying to get up out of it. And I believe my purpose will take care of myself and my family as good or better than I'm doing right now.
Because you're doing what you meant to do. It's effortless.
Yep.
It's funny when you start to think about purpose and, where you should be going in life and things like that. Like, I constantly ask God, for this thing and that thing to, create avenues of wealth and money to be able to do other things to give back. And it's funny because God opened doors for me, and it's like, okay, you can do this, like, to make money and open those doors. Ask for more, it's like, for example, I started doing epoxy in the last 2 years, right? Since the pandemic, I took up doing epoxy tables. I have not gone to floors. That's a whole different ball game. But even like that's a whole different level. People like, why don't you do floors? That's a whole different level of thing, bro. Like, I can mess up a table and still live in the house. I can't mess up the floor and still live in the house.
So, okay. I'm about to challenge you.
So, with that, I would always, I found myself in the last 6 months to a year asking God for all these other things. Let me, can I get money this way? Can I get money that way to be able to help my family, but help others in the same thing? And I always come back to, God opened this door for epoxy and you really love it. Let's focus on other things you can do with this gift that he gave you, instead of worrying about all these other 10 things that you're interested in, and, corner the market on this, get really great at this. And then maybe you might be able to do one of these other 10 things you're thinking of.
So, here is the challenge.
Okay.
You ready?
Oh, no, I'm with you. Trust me, I'm focused, but go ahead.
Epoxy is not the purpose. Look deeper. Look
No.
past that. When I say that, your purpose is connected to something else. That's a part of it, but that's not the whole thing.
Oh no, trust me. When I tell you, and I'll talk about this with you guys offline because it's not, set in stone where somebody couldn't take it. When I tell you what the other purpose of what I have for us as Black men, it's way deeper what I want to fund. But that come later in life. But it's for us. It ain't for me. It's for us.
Okay.
And
that's all right there, brother.
Yeah, my purpose is bigger than me. My purpose is bigger than my two sons. Like,
see, there you go.
I had a question for my son the other day because I talked to my wife about this before he got in the car. I said, hey, if you could have 3 wishes without asking for more wishes, what would it be? All his answers were self-serving. My answer was not only, it was self-serving, but it was more us serving. And my wife was impressed by the answer. She was like,
yes,
damn. Like, she could not believe it. His answer could not touch mine.
Nope.
Like, in the daytime with candle lights, none of that. Like, it was mine was about Black people as a whole, but made sure to reach out and like put me at the top of this pyramid, but it made it better for everybody.
We're going to have to talk more about that because now that you done told me you have it, I'm gonna have to keep bringing it up.
You can't walk away from that, but it's out here in the ether now. You should have kept it to yourself.
But what I'm trying
to, Jake,
I need as many Black males and people to get on board with this as humanly possible to push this one forward. It'll start small because that's where you got to start, but it will build up to other avenues of being able to help us out.
Because I'll spread that. I share what mine is. What I found years ago is to help people become better. In a simple, help people become better. That's why I went to school. That's why Doc became Doc, because of those men that I worked with at that warehouse that was convicted felons and trying to make a living. You know, all the kids I done dealt with that don't know where they're going or what they're doing. Make people better. That's why we're doing all of this. So, but that's what I mean with the purpose.
That's the purpose. So anybody got anything they want to say closing up? We're going to slide to the next chapter.
Ooh, boy, that's a big one. All right, so hold on. Now, Jamel say purpose-driven life helped him. All that stuff is good, man. I remember that book. I read some of that. My brother Patterson say best live stream so far. Now, he been blowing me up on the text messages here, so I didn't get a chance to get to him because he said a whole lot. Jeremy hit it on the head. You know, he think about our students all the time. They got to be a part of my purpose because that's where his heart is. Purpose is change, which that's one we coming up to. And dreams end, and you got to create a new dream. And I talked about that yesterday. So there's people out there listening, man. You got people. And don't be afraid to tell your what you think your purpose is to somebody that you trust.
Yep.
That's a part.
It is.
Yeah, I hear people all the time, don't tell everybody your dreams, for whatever. Bro, I would tell you my dreams, whether you agree with it, even it, none of it. I don't really care. These are my dreams. You can't affect the way I see my kids, the way I see where I'm supposed to be, the way I see you. You can't affect you. I see you in a certain light. If you don't agree with it, that's your problem.
Well, and guess what? You still can't do it like me. You just can't.
Nope.
You can't do it like me.
Can't do it like me.
You can hate it. You can't do it like me. You exactly right.
There you go. All right, here go the last one. This is the last one right here. Chapter 12. Be willing to change everything in your life.
Okay. When I first read the title and I started listening to it, it immediately took me to a line from Eric Thomas, who I know we all probably know who Eric Thomas is. He said, you have to be willing to give up who you are to be what you want to become.
That's right.
And I've since added more to that. And my back end to that is because if who you are today was enough to be what you wanted to be, you'd already be it.
I mean, it's 100% true.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we not willing to give up things. And
Nope.
for me, this is where this convicts me personally. You know, I'll put it all out there. My biggest fear, which I've learned over a lot of study and time and self-reflection, is the fear of success. It's invisible. People don't see fear of success. They know what fear of failure is, but fear of success is worse. And as it relates to this, be willing to change everything in your life. I'm gonna tell you this: the best piece of advice that I got, and I'm gonna wrap it back around, was from Dr. Frank Glover. He's a urologist from Savannah, runs some surgery centers, and I was doing some video work for him. You know, I edit all his videos and stuff like that, which, you know, we did some work on Christianity not being a white man's religion, like it's deep. So I got all the stuff on that. We'll talk about that later. But he said, you got to stop thinking like you. He laughed at me when he said it too. He was like, you got to stop thinking like Doc, and dropped it right there. So what does that mean? I need to be willing to change the way I look at the world. I look at myself, what I accept as a fear. I got to change it.
Yep.
Because if I keep thinking like me, I'm going to keep doing the same things. I'm running the same race.
Yep.
So I've been working to change that. Like every time I come up against a decision and it's like, oh no, don't do that. I said, oh no, I can't think like me. I got to think like somebody else who I want to be like and do what they do.
Yep.
And that's it. Be willing to do that. Be willing to let go of those comforts. Because all too much, we hold on to it. We hold on to what feel good and what's easy. That's why so many men work themselves to death, because it's easy to go out there and work 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day. That's easy.
Yep.
Oh, my sister's on. Yep.
Yeah,
Same fear. Hey, sis. Same fear. Strange fear, but the biggest fear. That's right.
So how does he open the chapter on this one, Doc?
Okay. A man must be prepared to give 100% to his purpose, fulfill his karma or dissolve it, then let go of that specific form of feeling. Now, he says, as you open yourself living at your edge, your deepest purpose will slowly make itself known.
Yep.
You got to push the envelope to find out what you need to do. And I'll tell you, every time I did that, this is right. This is right.
It's something about that edge and pushing and living at that edge is so valuable and valid. Mm-hmm. We oftentimes get comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think that we get comfortable, we get to a place in life where we're doing okay, and we get to a place in life where we don't want to shake up whatever it is we have going on. Like, you know, if you're on a good track, you feel like, oh, okay, I can just stay on this track and I'm going to be fine. And this may be true. You might be fine, but this does not mean you're getting fulfillment out of life that you should. And sometimes even when things are going well, you have to be willing to make a change in your life.
You got to let some stuff go. You know, it's like they say, you're holding on to this, and it's a person that's holding on to everything like this, and they praying like, you know, God, give me this, send me that, do this and that, right? But you can't get anything because you got a closed fist. You can only receive new things if you open your hand.
You're right on that, Doc. You're right on that. You got a closed fist. You can't receive anything. You can't. If you're a receiver, you ain't catching nothing like this.
Now,
open hand,
not with a fist. That's what I'm saying. You got to open it.
And one thing you can't do is be scared. Here goes. I'll lay out to you how my journey changed, like my whole real life changed. Okay, so I'm walking around looking at all these nice houses in Atlanta, and I'm like in the regular neighborhoods, but looking at these nice houses, I'm like, man, if all these people figured it out, I got to be able to figure it out. And I decided I was going to go back and join this program to teach me radio. Mind you, I'm making like $13, $14 an hour trying to support a wife, 2 kids, and we really are not doing well. We living in her parents' house at this point, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to put everything I got into this radio thing, interning, not getting paid, interning. So I'm taking away from time of a job I really got to go and put towards what I think is my goal, you know, in life, and interning. So I'm giving away free hours where I could really be earning money, picking up shifts, you know, doing whatever, to gamble on this. Bro, can I tell you, between that point and now, I can tell you, as far as being a black man, I'm in the 1%. I'm a 6-figure dude. I want to say 6-figure nigga. Like, I'm that, like, I'm a 6-figure nigga. I literally just hit it this year. But that wasn't on the grind, but it's not where I see myself. Like, I see myself, you know, prospering in radio, but those skill sets and things I learned along the way, I'm still there. I got a podcast, the whole 9. It don't pay me money, but it's whatever. But where I'm at now allowed me to get out of my comfort zone. Right. And follow certain things. Bro, I work in IT right now. I'm not going to go as far as the company. Fuck that. Like, what we ain't going to do is do that part. But I work in IT. And it's like, the journey opened up the other doors for me. That's the thing. The journey will open other doors for you. You got to allow it to happen. You can't be with the closed fist because you can't receive those things. You can't go out there. Like, God be placing stuff on your heart. You like, well, I don't know. I'm sorry. God is believing in you. If God believes in you, you got to believe in you, bro. I don't care if Doc, Jay, Jabari, Bill, Sam, Sarah, I don't care if they don't believe in me. I believe in me. They ain't got to see what God places for you to see. Y'all are not meant to see, because if y'all can see it, then y'all would join in it. It ain't meant for y'all to see. It's meant for me to see. And then you're going to change courses. That's fine. Embrace the change. Keep it moving. But that's right. You can't do it with a closed fist. You got to be open fist. But more importantly, like that scene from, like, I don't know if y'all seen that last Rocky movie, right? The last one he did where he owns the restaurant and he's talking to his son. He was like, you got to be able to take the punches and keep moving. Yeah. How many hits can you take and keep moving forward? That's a true statement, bro. Yeah. Like, life sucks. It really does suck. Life really does suck. You got to be able to take them punches and keep moving forward, bro. Like, because your kids are looking at you, Dad, what are we, like, your kids, Dad, what are we doing? You got to be able to be like, all right, regroup and do this. Like, bro. Like,
he ain't lying.
Hey, you didn't say it at all. All right. If all hearts and minds are clear, we can go home. No.
Hey, no. Talk, Doc. Hey, when you get on, like, when you do your next big ceremony on a Sunday, and it's far enough out, please invite me. Right now, we get ready to do renovations at the house. Y'all know what that's like. I can't do it. But going forward after that point, I will come see you preach on a Sunday. Because you would have. I
tell you this. I record everyone. I don't put them all out. I got dozens upon dozens. So I might throw some out there and shoot them your way.
I like feeling the chills, like, when it happens. So, like, if you will come, because I want to feel that.
I got you, bro. I got you. But here's the thing, though. And everything you said is on 100. Patterson been blowing my phone up about you. He finally put something in the chat saying that you nailed it. But yeah, I mean, you on point. You got to open your hand to receive stuff. And you got to be willing to let stuff go. That's the big part of this chapter, letting stuff go. Now, watch this. This is what you was talking about, Jay, with the circle. So imagine the bullseye, right? Your purpose, what you meant to do, is in the middle.
Yep.
Now, when you first start, you on that outside. And at some point, that's going to dry up. You didn't fail. It's just time to move to the next thing, to advance yourself to the next thing. And then you keep advancing yourself. For example, y'all, I'm going to use myself because I always use myself. When I started this Better People, I got a whole company, Better People. I ain't really did much with it because I've been doing school and this and that. But I put it out there, hey, I'm doing this. Then I made a group called Hardy Council.
Yep.
Business Consulting. I did that for a couple weeks. And I ain't been able to go back to it. It's not a failure. It's something else that I learned from. It's like, okay, this was there for a season. I helped a few people with business consulting. I did. Yeah. I had like 4 or 5 clients. I helped them. But then I let that go to move to the next thing. It's not a failure if you let stuff go. You only lose when you quit.
Yep.
That's the only time you lose. We might be down, but you only lose when you quit. And it's only 2 ways I'm quitting. I got to be dead or I decide to do it.
Yep. And my thing is, it ain't necessarily quitting. If you see, all right, this road is dead, let me move on to the next one. Or let me take the lessons that I learned from this and apply them to the next venture, because I may not be able to use all these, but I can use 50% of this and move it to the next thing. And this can help me with that. It's all lessons. It's not else. You're not
all lessons.
And then some things set you up for success. For me, again, I'm using myself. I put it out there because I want y'all to do this. That's why I'm doing this. Yeah. When I graduated from college, I worked at a bank. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to be a banker. I'm going to do that. I left that. Then I did rental car. I was the branch manager, opened up all the local ones in Savannah, opened them up. I was that dude. But I had to leave that because it was taking a toll on my life. And then I ended up being a teacher. Now, I'm going to tell you, everybody know, teachers don't make money like that.
Nope.
They don't. Not teaching in the classroom. But guess what I do have? The most valuable thing. I got a whole bunch of time.
Yep.
Every summer, I got a whole bunch of time that I can work on help make people better. Every summer, every holiday, I can do this. And I'm still drawing a check. So family taken care of. I can work on this. So one setback, it ain't a setback, it's a setup. You get set up for the best thing in your life, and it's on the way.
Not to mention, real talk, there's going to be at least one person you affect every year. There's going to be at least one.
Yep.
I can tell you about it 20 years from now. But there's going to be at least one person to affect every year. And that, honestly, that's a great thing.
Yep.
I got a whole bunch of them. A whole bunch.
And it's probably more than one, but I'm just using that as an example.
You can do that. So what I'm saying is, don't look at those things. Don't be afraid to let those things go so you can move on and grow to the next thing. And that's what this whole thing is about.
Let me ask you this, Doc. Let me ask you this. Okay, so most people get into a situation, they know, I got to change some things. What do you think are people's hurdles when they're not even happy in their current life to making those changes?
Oh, okay. That's a good one. The initial thing is to find what success is to you. Redefine success. Do not use everybody else's success as yours. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Again, my favorite bell curves. You know that the bell curves, I always talk about bell curves, most of the people in the middle, right? You can be in the middle because that means that what's successful to you is the same thing that's successful to everybody else. But when you redefine that, you make yourself an outlier. It's only 1 or 2% that's like you. You redefine that first. Then your happiness changes because the things that was making you happy before, you might shift to something else. You could find joy in being able to wake up in the morning. You find joy in being able to walk out of my house that I own and walk barefoot in my own doggone grass. That could be joy for you. When you redefine that and start finding joy in those things, then you can start changing your life because the same things don't work for you anymore. The same dead things don't work for you anymore. So we shift. You change the way you view the world. That's how you do it. And once you change that, right? Now the thing that's making you happy is different. You happy because when you come home, you got people that love you that live there. And they live there. I get to go home and people live here and they love me.
Yep.
So that's the big one. So focus on that. Then when you start to change your life, you see somebody that you want to mimic. I like the way they think about life. I like what they've done. You start to do those things. Then your life start changing. You start to define your mission, start to define your vision, and then you change your life just like that. It's easy. It ain't simple, but it's easy.
Let me throw this concept at you. Do you think one of the major things preventing people from making those changes or taking those next steps towards their purpose and their focus is people spend so much time trying to be the new hot, reinvent the wheel type thing, rather than, like you say, look at somebody who's doing what you want to do or on the level you're trying to achieve and just follow the step? Do you think too many people spend too much time trying to be new hot, reinvent the wheel, rather than just go with what works?
Nope. This is what I think. I'm gonna tell y'all the same thing I told Mr. Lee on the Lapeef Network. And we talked about this backstage. A lot of us are living in survival mode. Oh, I got a whole sermon about this. I might put it up. I got a whole sermon about it. But what happens is this: when you live in survival mode, right? The survival mode is the body's action to return to a neutral state, right? So if you're under stress, you're doing everything you can to return to a neutral state. That's what it is. If you get cold, you shivering because your body trying to warm itself up to that neutral state. So in life, most people are living in survival mode and they're trying to return to that neutral state. And the way that your body does that is by using the lizard part of the brain. When I say the lizard brain, what I'm talking about is the part of the brain that regulates your actions. Is fight or flight all the time. And people are perpetually in fight or flight. They can't free themselves up long enough to break free to use the logic part of their brain. So what happens with life? You in survival mode. So all you know, I got to get money. It don't matter how you want to get it, but you know you got to get it, right? That's survival mode. But the people like us who not in survival mode, you know what we do? How can I create something? We turn from consumers to producers.
Yep.
And that's the problem. So that connects back to what you said. They are living in survival mode. They trying to make that quick dollar so they can return to a neutral state. And we have to fix that survival mode thing. And that's what I said about changing the way you look at the world. Once you shift that, now you out of that survival mode. Now you're thinking. Not enough people thinking.
Well, what I think going along with that is people are looking at social media, right? And they're thinking this is the way these people are really living. And I really hate to bust a lot of y'all bubbles. Like working radio really opened a lot of these doors and eyes for me. These people really don't got what you think they got. They really don't live these lifestyles and what you think. Example, like a lot of these shows like Real Housewives of Atlanta, they rent those houses for 6 months at a time. And that's why if you really pay attention and look back on some of your favorite shows, watch the old episodes. You don't really see pictures of their families on the wall. Like we all got pictures of our sons and daughters on the wall. They don't have that. It looked real bland. The reason it looked real bland is that's not really their house. They really don't live in it. Like stop social media, bro. Like it. I'm telling you, I live in Atlanta. I have worked in radio. I really have certain famous people's numbers in my phone. I do not call these people because I have no reason to call them. Y'all, he lying. I'm not lying. I really got people's famous numbers in my phone. What am I calling for? What we gonna talk about? We not friends. Like they literally do not have the money you think they have. They're lying. Like real, like come on, bro. Like it's not me being fictitious. It's really what they're throwing to you. It's a fantasy. The way media works is, and for all those that don't understand the way media works, the best media explains it to you like you're on the 2-year-old level. You really understand it like you're 2 years old, and then they lie to you about what they have. They make it seem, oh, it's so perfect. They really had it. They really don't have that money. They don't have that badge. Quit living for social media. These people literally look at what you do and will laugh and figure out how the next thing they can tell you how they're going to operate and move it forward and sell the next product to you. You think
There
I'm
you go.
lying? Keep doing what you're doing to make these ratings and these likes. It don't add up the money because it's not true. That's the problem. People, bro, I'm telling you, do the best things for you. Stop living for social media. That does not pay dividends.
He said it's all Facebook.
It is. It really is. It's Facebook on a different level. That's all it really is. Like that fandom is rented. That's not really theirs. Like it's not. It's not theirs. It's not even possible. Do you know the insurance that comes along with a Rolls Royce? Like really
you got to buy their
money.
insurance. Like regular people don't even cover that. You got to buy it from them.
Like, bro, like it's real talk. It'd be funny me listening to these people and how they react on social media. I'm like, I really no real talk. I'm working a club event, right? And I seen somebody who showed up. I'm at the door where you got to pay for the event. It's a person that's on Love and Hip Hop at this point. They ain't big, but they on Love and Hip Hop. The door charge was $20, and they could not swipe their card to pay $20 to get in. I'm not bullshitting you. This is real talk. These people do not live the life they telling you they live.
And that's why people got to redefine success. But what I find interesting about this chapter, and this is something that y'all need to know, that is no way to rush this process. That's what he says, no way to rush this process. And he refers to finding your purpose as unfolding. You got to unfold it to get to the center. And it's no rush. It's not going to just show up. And then he said, when it comes, it won't be a detailed vision. Nope. You won't be able to see it clearly. You got to slowly kind of work through it. And then you realize, okay, this is what it is. And he talks about feeling the groove of your purpose. That's when you know. That's when you know.
And if you listen to anybody who's made it, whether it be Drake, whether it be anybody, right? They'll tell you their overnight success took 10 years to get to. They're not paying you. It really takes 10 years to get to be an overnight success for you to see it. All the times they got told no, all the demos they did, all the reels they did, all the work they put in to get to it, bro. It took me, I'm 42. It took me that point to be a 6-figure dude, and barely cracking the 6-figure limit, really. So it really takes time to get to that. Steve Harvey, any of them will tell you it takes time to get. Steve Harvey was 36 before he got the TV. You know what I mean? Old Steve Harvey got before he got to that point, bro.
Yep.
And think about that even in terms of finding your purpose.
That's a whole conversation.
But it's related to this because it takes time to get there. It takes time to find out that thing. And that's what he's talking about here, that we unfolded. It takes so long to get there, and don't be discouraged because you're not doing it yet. It's like somebody who still want to be a rapper. You know, you 40 years old, you still want to be a rapper. I don't know people like that, but I'm just saying, you got to be willing to change.
You could be a rapper, but like your things of being Lil Baby or Da Baby or Savage 21, like those things may not happen, but you can still be a rapper. You just won't be, that.
Let me put an adjective in front of a famous rapper.
Yeah.
You can still be. You just may not be as famous as those people are. Like, be realistic. Like, some people are not realistic with their expectations and then their work habit. Their work habit don't reflect what they want. Their work
Right.
has trash, but they want the gold and the platinum, but they don't have gold and platinum work ethic.
Yes. And you got to do that. I mean, I tell these kids that all the time. And that's what we have. We got to be willing to accept that. We got to be willing to accept that. Finding your purpose is so important. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
First of all, the comedy going on in the comments right now. I need Damien to chill out. Okay.
I've been seeing though. I was gonna review and throw these up there.
why when you was talking about the $20, the man couldn't swipe his card? They told the man he had the Cash App card.
They had a Cash App card.
Hold on, this was over 5 years ago. They ain't had a Cash App card, but I get what he's saying.
Did this man say he was a lunch line rapper? Oh, you want to? Come on, man.
I don't know if Damien. I don't know. I wasn't on lunch with Damien. I guess I missed that one.
We used to play basketball all the time.
Hey,
James said, "Go your Ghost Rider."
If my chocolate milk, go sit down.
Y'all need to cut it out in the comments, man. Them people, that man a 40-year-old rapper, he trying to make it, man. Support that man.
Hey, y'all remember Daddy's Little Girls, the Tyler Perry movie with Idris Elba? I'm 40p, shorty.
They out there. Well, but look, man, I really enjoyed the program tonight, man. Being on with you guys, man. Anybody want to say anything, closing up, wrapping up, anything about these 3 chapters, and anything they got going on personally? Now is the time. The floor is open.
I got plenty. Let's do it.
We're going to extend it to Julio. You first, brother. You got anything you want to say? Close this thing out, brother.
Yeah. Hey, please, everybody, go out. Make sure you go to Foresight ATL. That's the number 4, the word SIGHT ATL.com. Make sure you purchase The Awesome Adventures of Jaden and DJ. It's a book that I wrote based on my sons. Make sure y'all go out and get 10 copies. Buy it for everybody you know in your life that one is a comic book lover, one is that can use children's books. Black children's books. I think the story is awesome. And I've actually reached out to people who bought it. They said the storyline was awesome because I was looking for real feedback. So make sure y'all do it. We got other merch. If you need hoodies, t-shirts for your event, workout, reach out and I'll be able to, get you what you need and I'll deliver it straight to you. It won't be delivered to me and then delivered to you. You'll order it and it will literally come straight to wherever you're telling me you want it.
There it is.
Look, that's money.
That's foresight.com. The number 4, SIGHT.com.
No, ATL, ForesightATL.com.
ForesightATL.com.
Yes,
all
sir.
right. T-Man say put the link in the chat. I'm going to have to post it up in the group. Or Julio can put it in the chat because T-Man got a book coming out too. Apple from Outer Space. So he's been working on. It's not out yet. But definitely I'm going to have to try to reach in the coffers and support y'all too. Definitely.
So you got anything, Doc?
Yeah, I do. Got plenty.
Go ahead.
Always got something.
Let's go.
All right, here it is. I ain't gonna take too long because I got to help my son with homework. But listen, y'all. Finding your purpose is the crux of everything. Your purpose is not to work. Your purpose is not to make money. We were created with a purpose. When God made the acorn, the purpose was to be an oak tree. When he made the fish, the purpose was to swim. And when he made eagles, the purpose was to fly. That's what they do. You never see an eagle trying to swim for too long. So we have to find that within ourselves. Now, here is the thing. If you're not sure, let's talk about it. As a matter of fact, to help facilitate that, what I'll do is we can do a mastermind group on finding our purpose together. And it don't even have to be televised. We can go online right here just like this. Don't have to be televised or nothing. And we'll talk through it and we'll get you there. We will get you there. I want to see everybody be successful in their purpose, not just making a bunch of money and working themselves to death. You got a life. So, yeah, we're going to do that. I guess I had to put it together and try to announce it. The nerd show is coming. I'm going to have to do it real fast.
We got to get a better title than the nerd show. We have to get
I
a better
know.
title than the Nerd Show.
I'm gonna figure something out because OG called me on my phone and been like, "Hey man, when we doing this?" So I'm gonna have to get that together. But also, most importantly, Saturday, all y'all come because we talking about some real important stuff. Michael Beasley, I've been seeing clips from that interview, and we need to talk about it because it's a bunch of us, a bunch of our brothers out there that's just like he was, that feel like they're alone in the world, and you not alone. You not. All of us done been there before. All of us done been there. And we can help. I don't want you to fall off.
I want to say this, and I'm going to get out of here. Right here. Be willing to change in your life. We got to quit holding on to things that haven't proven to work. If they had, we'd already have what we're after. It's okay to be somebody different than you were raised and taught if you were taught wrong. It is okay. It's better. You can be somebody different. You can be somebody better than you were. I'm somebody different than I was 5 years ago. I'll be somebody different than I am today 5 years from now. Keep pushing forward. Keep moving forward and stop holding on to that same old bullshit that's holding you down and be better. You can be better. Hey, we love y'all. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you for coming out. We gonna, like I said, we got a lot more going on this platform. We're doing sports. We're doing the Nerd Show. We're gonna come up with a better name. The Lions Den is gonna be the name of the sports show. We're going to the Lions Den of the sports show. I don't know what the Nerd Show gonna do.
Invite me. I'm willing.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you in the inbox on that, man, because that's gonna probably be Wednesday night, probably like 8:30 or 9 o'clock or something like that. Man, I love all y'all for joining us, man. This is the Book of Man Book Study. We'll be back Saturday. Thank you. We out.
Peace.
Peace.